Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel and welcome to my little beauty corner room, whatever. A while back on my channel, I did a tour of this room that I'm in. This is my beauty room. It's our spare bedroom. Very glamorous, I know. This is where I film. This is where I get ready. This is where I keep all my things, basically. But for a while now, I've wanted to do a video showing you kind of like my entire makeup collection and how I store my makeup. I like watching these videos. Maybe you do too. I've been kind of promising this for a while. I've been putting it off because I had to clean everything before I could shoot this video. So without any further ado, let's get into it. Let me show you around, I guess. Where do I even begin? I think I'm gonna work this way to this way. I have two different stands right here that I keep everything on. This table over here is actually a sewing table that my mom got at a garage sale, shout out to my mom. And this table right here is a little makeup table. I believe it was originally from IKEA, also something that my mom found at a garage sale. I've got this big mirror that I hung up behind here, as well as this little mirror. I think both of those also came from my mom. What can I say? My mom does a lot of garage sailing and I reap all the benefits of that, so it's pretty great. So starting out on this side table, this is a little antique bowl that I have. If you know anything about me, you will know I'm obsessed with carnival glass. That's what this is. I love it so much. Inside of this bowl is where my scrunchie collection lives. I have recently become like head over heels obsessed with scrunchies, so that's where all of my scrunchies live. Right next to it is this little glass cupcake. If you've ever seen my random eyeshadow challenge videos, that's where I keep all my eyeshadows to pull from. So that just lives here because this is usually kind of where I shoot those videos, is in front of that window. And then I've got pretty much this entire surface just filled with palettes. So very quickly, I'm gonna go through and just show you all of the palettes that I have laid out here. One thing I do want to point out that it's kind of a downfall of having everything in front of a window like this is a lot of these palettes have been like bleached by the sun, which I don't love. I will show you, it's especially noticeable with this Jeffree Star Androgyny palette. This is the color that it has turned, but as you can see when I open it, this is the color it used to be. So it has definitely been washed out by the sun. I don't love that. It doesn't change the product on the inside, so I don't really care. That being said, this is one of my favorite palettes of all time. This is the Jeffree Star Androgyny palette. Obsessed with it. The colors in here are just amazing. The pigmentation is beautiful. The pan sizes are huge. Another palette that well, obviously I pretty much love all of these, but this one has been really sun bleached. You can see when I open it up as well. Lots of sun bleaching happening. You can tell it's washed out a lot more on this side, but this is Shan EXO, the Remix palette, her collaboration with BH Cosmetics. This is the remixed side. You get 9 pans on one side and then you flip it over and you get 9 pans on the other side. I love this palette. It's amazing, great quality. I've got my Graveyard Girl and Swamp Queen Tarte Cosmetics collaboration. Love this palette. I have absolutely killed Gator Wings in here, the highlight that she made. Once again, I'm gonna stop repeating myself soon, I promise, but love all the colors in here except for the bronzer. The bronzer is very orange on me. Can't really use that too much. This is my Pirates of the Caribbean blush and highlighter palette. This is a staple to my life. I've been using the absolute hell out of this. I've almost killed Star Reader down here, which is that golden highlight. Love it. This was limited edition, but love it so much. This palette has definitely gotten bleached out by the sun. Oops. This is the Balm of Your Hand palette, volume 1, greatest hits. It's got little baby sizes of a lot of their really popular products. I travel with this one a lot because of the blush variation that you get, as well as a bronzer and my favorite highlighter of all time, which is Mary Lou Manizer. And then over here, you've got 2 little cream products, 2 lip products. I've honestly never really used those, but great palette to have. Anastasia Beverly Hills Prism palette. I love this. I got this in my first ever lucky bag or lucky box, whatever that's called, through Beautylish last year. and the colors in here are just so unique. This is a really, really awesome addition to my collection. I've gotten a lot of use out of this palette. My Tartelette palettes over here. This is the first one, obviously your classic staple Tartelette palette. This was probably my first ever like real eyeshadow palette. This is kind of what started the eyeshadow journey for me, so this one's really, really sentimental in my world. It's also just the way it's laid out, I feel like is so beginner friendly. I would super, super recommend this to beginners, but also the Tartelette and Bloom palette, I would probably recommend this one just a little bit more for beginners just because of how warm toned it is, and warm tones tend to be a lot more flattering and easier to work with. But again, just the way that Tarte lays out their palettes, I feel like is very, very user friendly, so I really would recommend either one of those. I've got this little Becca blush palette. This again was something that I got in my lucky box or lucky bag, whatever, from Beautylish. This is actually the very first palette I've ever owned in my whole life. This is a repurchase. I threw away the old one years ago, but this is the Urban Decay, I believe it was called the Ammo palette. It's an entire shimmer palette, but look how tiny those pans are. They were so tiny. I de-panned all of them, put them in this Baby Z palette. The only one that's missing right here is Oil Slick. It's a very glittery black color that I never used, so I just trashed it. But that is my first ever palette that I ever owned and repurchased because I was pretty sentimental about it. But I can't get over how tiny the pans are. Like, that's kind of ridiculous. Like, that's really small. I got my Jeffree Star Cosmetics, what are you called? I forgot. Ice Cold highlighter. This broke on my wedding day. Sad story, but true. But I am dying to finish this because, like, look how close I am to finishing this. This is just a pure white, super metallic highlighter. Really love it. I've got my e.l.f. Mad for Matte palette. I did an entire video showing 3 different looks using this palette. This is $10. Also very beginner friendly since they are all mattes. You pretty much got everything you need in here to start, so I would really recommend this for beginners. Or if you're an advanced makeup artist, I mean, why not? Like, this is just really nice quality, especially at the price point. Okay, then last but not least, I've got my 2 Anastasia Beverly Hills highlighting kits. I love these. These are so, so, so good. This is Aurora. It is amazing. I'm wearing Helix today. Oh, that's not Helix. I'm wearing Helix today on my cheek as my highlighter. I love it oh so very much, but y'all know I love colored highlighters, so really that's probably no surprise. And then also Moonchild. This is actually my second Moonchild. I completely panned an entire Moonchild palette, which is crazy to me that I was able to do that, but I did it. This is my second go at it. This is my second Moonchild palette. I've obviously been a lot more gentle with this one, but I've totally killed one of these before, and you know what? I'll probably do it again. And then in the back over here in this little Texas mug, I've got a ton of different lip products. It's mainly all ColourPop. There's a random Kat Von D shade in here, as well as some random lip liners. We've got some BH Cosmetics, some Charlotte Tilbury. But overall, it's pretty much all ColourPop. I've got satin lips, liquid lipsticks, lippy sticks, all of the above, anything you can imagine. It lives in this mug. I love this mug. As you can tell, I like the nudes. But that lives just back here, so I can have easy access to those. All right, and now I'm going to move you on to where I actually sit and do my makeup. This is kind of the main area. This is my like actual makeup corner. This is where I get ready every single day. I've got my big mirror behind here. I have a Batiste dry shampoo button. I don't even know if that's in frame or not, but I'm an Amazon Prime member, so if I run out of dry shampoo, all I have to do is press that button and Amazon orders me new dry shampoo because I'm a millennial, what can I say? So starting out with what is behind my mirror, I have talked about this brush set probably 100 times over on my channel. I love this brush set. I feel very dramatic every time I say like it's changed my life, but it has truly changed my life. This is from Brushfolio. I believe it was maybe like $20. It was not expensive, but it holds all of my makeup brushes beautifully, and whenever I'm going on any kind of a trip, all I have to do is fold it up, and That's it, we're good to go. All of my brushes are now packed. I love this thing so, so much. It also saves me time in the morning because everything is laid out nicely. I can see all of my brushes. I'm not spending like a couple of extra minutes digging for brushes and looking around for the one that I need. Then I've got my Z palettes down here. I love these so much. I've made several videos talking about my Z palettes. This one is my shimmer palette. So I put together pretty much all of my shimmer eyeshadows into this palette, and then they're just all laid out. The thing I like best about these Z palettes is that they have a clear lid on them. I can just easily see everything that is inside of here, and I don't have to like, you know, I know that's like such a minor detail, but when you own this much makeup, being able to actually see the product makes a big difference to me and really makes me grab them more. Underneath that, I have another Z palette, surprise, surprise. This one is a mix of a lot more cool tones. I did a whole video kind of duping the Tarte Icy Betch palette when they April Fooled us. And this is kind of the remainder of that, along with some that just wouldn't fit in my other palettes. These are kind of like my stepchild. These are the ones I don't really reach for all that often, and that's how they ended up in this palette. They're all still awesome quality. And then I have this extra large Z palette. This is actually from Looksy Beauty. And this is my like palette of life. This is all mattes in here. There's no shimmer shades. I don't think so. Yeah, okay, all mattes in this one. This is like my everyday, I use at least one color out of this palette. This is my go-to palette. I use this one more than any for sure. And pretty much the majority, well actually no, all of my single eyeshadows that I have either come from ColourPop, Looksy Beauty, Makeup Geek. I've got a couple of random MAC eyeshadows, but for the most part, it's all ColourPop, Makeup Geek, or Looksy Beauty. Those are the ones I really recommend and really gravitate towards. Then over here on my desk, I've got another little carnival glass holder right here. This is super beautiful. This actually has a lid to it that I've just put in safekeeping for the time being. But in here lives my most used liquid lipsticks, which is 90% Jeffree Star. There's some other things that just wouldn't fit into that other jar that live inside of here. I've kind of overfilled it at this point, but my favorite liquid lipstick is Jeffree Star. And then this is my all-time favorite lipstick. This is Celebrity Skin in the Lip Ammo version. It's what I'm wearing on my lips today. I've got some little Tarte lip paints, got a little Luxe lipstick from ColourPop, just a ton of different random things, all crammed into this little carnival glass holder. I've got some hand cream right here. Never know when your hands are gonna get super dry. And then back here, so this is actually a little holder that I got at Forever 21, super random. Inside of it, I've got a bunch of different things. I have these Aveda Hydrating Face Lotion and Aveda Facial Toner, as well as my Mario Badescu Facial Toner. I love this stuff. It really leaves your skin nice and glowy. I've got some Orbe Beach Wave Spray. This is great, way overpriced, super overpriced. I have a couple of different foundations. I've got my BH Cosmetics Liquid Foundation, as well as my Essence Fresh and Awake Foundation, and my L'Oreal Visible Lift Foundation. These live in here because if you'll see, they kind of separate, and I noticed whenever I was keeping them in a drawer sideways, it was harder for me to get all the product out, so now I've got them standing upright in this guy. I've got some Cover FX Foundation Custom Cover Drops. These obviously need to be stood upright because they're in this dropper form. Anytime you lay them down in a drawer, it just separates and gets weird and it can leak out the side. Not a good situation. Almost dropped it. Got some eye drops because never know when you're gonna need eye drops. This is a mascara that my mother-in-law got me because look how cool it is. It's just like this super cool bedazzled mascara. I've actually never used this. I just keep it on display because I think it's super cute. And then right in the front here, I've got my all-time 3 favorite lipsticks of life. These are all super sentimental to me for different reasons. They're all, ironically enough, collaborations with MAC. This is Pure Heroine. This was their collaboration that they did with Lorde, and this is just like the perfect purple lipstick. I love it so much. So happy to have this in my collection. And then these two are insanely special to me. These are the Rocky Horror Picture Show collab lipsticks. They had 4 of these in total, but I feel lucky to have 2. I had the sweetest client actually buy these for me. I'm assuming it had to have been off of eBay because this collection sold out in like record time, sold out in like 30 seconds. She was sweet enough to buy these for me as a Christmas gift, and I love them. I still have the boxes that they came in, but they're just beautiful. This one is hands down my favorite. This is Oblivion. It is like a pure true red, like so perfect Rocky Horror style. I love it. I try not to use this a lot just because you know, once it's gone, and this is hands down my favorite. Runner up to that one is Sin. I love this color so much too. This is a matte formula and it is a deep dark red. I love both of these. They're so special, but these are just like, oh, like I love these. These mean so much to me. So they live right in the front there so I can see them at all times. And then moving on over to this little guy. We'll start with what's living on top. I'm sorry about that ring light flashback here. Oh, now you can't see anything if I turn it off. Okay, so we'll do this quickly. This is a magnetic board, and I've talked about this before in my ColourPop Super Shock Shadow video. The magnets that are in that drawer are for this. I just glue magnets onto all of these products and then they can stick onto this board. It's fantastic. It's great. I've put my brow products on here as well. Just glued magnets on. There you go. Any little like single eyeshadows I get, same thing. Just glue a magnet onto it and then boom, no problem. On top of this, I've got a little beauty blender holder. This is super cute. Pretty positive this is actually an egg holder, but I got it off of eBay for like $1 from China, so that's where I keep my beauty blender. Then I've got these little micro beauty blenders with some Q-tips thrown in there, Tarte Maracuja oil, some seashells from the beach because why not? These are natural facial cleansing tea tree oil pads. I love these. I use them every single day before I apply my makeup just to cleanse my skin. Got a little EOS lip balm, an original beauty blender, and just random odds and ends that wind up on top of this more often than not. But this is like, this has changed my life. I use these Super Shock shadows so much more now that I can just grab them and see them all laid out. It really has changed my makeup routine, so I really like that. I got this hack idea from Reddit, so thank you to the subreddit. I think it was Makeup Addiction. I can't remember off the top of my head, but I definitely got that idea from Reddit and I thought, oh my god, that is genius. I love it. This is where the majority of my makeup lives. Well, I guess not really the majority, but it feels like this is where the majority of my makeup lives, is in this plastic container. I don't love this, but I've just had it for so long. I've never upgraded it. It works, so why fix it? I have this all kind of laid out in order of where I do my makeup. So for instance, this bottom drawer is all foundation and primer and stuff like that. So this bottom drawer is all foundation, primer, brow products, setting powder, bronzers, all things of that nature. That's what lives in this bottom drawer. I gotta go through and declutter this. I made a whole declutter series before on my channel, and it is definitely time for me to go back through things, obviously. There we go. Second drawer up here is all my blushes and highlighters, as well as a random razor because you never know when you're gonna need to shave your girl stash. I've got scissors in there as well because once again, scissors always come in handy. But yeah, this whole drawer is pretty much just blushes and highlighter. It goes on for days, honestly. Once again, I really need to clear this out, give it a good once through. And then this top drawer is probably the scariest of them all right now. It's got all my eyeliner and mascara in it, as well as eyelash curlers. We've got some Magnificent Metal eyeshadows, some just like single loose eyeshadows that have been living in here for too long. I have like 5 eyelash curlers in here. I could not tell you why. And then I've also got these little mini lipsticks living in here. Why? I have no freaking idea. Again, this is kind of a drawer that really needs to be gone through, but this is kind of my last step drawer. Like the last thing I do in my makeup routine is like eyeshadow, eyelashes, that whole thing. So that's kind of the logic of how I've separated everything. Now that I've shown you everything on top, This is all obviously the makeup that I currently am using and working through. Let me show you all the makeup I'm not currently using and working through. It all lives down below behind me on the floor. I will show you. Let's do this. I'm on the floor now. Welcome to the floor. This is underneath my makeup setup. So I've got this awesome purse hanging right here. This is a Taylor Swift record. My mom got this once again at a garage sale. Love it, so cool. Just randomly hanging there. So over here, like I said, this is kind of all the makeup that does not get used. Could use more love in its life. I've got some random Ipsy bags laying here. I never know what to do with these. If y'all have any ideas, let me know. These kind of just pile up. This big blue jar back here, you may recognize from my empties videos. That's where I collect all my empties products to shoot those videos. I've got a bunch of palettes down here that I just don't reach for and don't ever really use. So this is the Essence Spice Up Your Life palette, ColourPop Golden State of Mind palette, BH Cosmetics Bronze palette. I've got another Z palette with just a random assortment of highlighters and bronzers. Again, stuff I don't really reach for. BH Cosmetics Galaxy Chic palette. This one looks super cool, but just never reach for it. Then I've got this Caboodles down here. Love it. Once again, mother found this at a garage sale. Thank you so much, Mom. I love this Caboodles. Inside of here is a lot of makeup. Obviously, as I said, I don't really reach for. In this top area, you've got just powders, loose powders, eyeliners, this Kevin Aucoin face powder, eyelashes, which I've never used fake eyelashes before, from XO Beauty, eyelash glue, highlighter, mascara. Underneath here, we've got more makeup. Pretty much if I ever need new makeup, I kind of shop my collection down here before I actually go and buy it. Here are my Rocky Horror Picture Show boxes that I said I still had. Some more eyeliners. These are all liquid eyeliners. These are all pencil eyeliners. I mean, it's just kind of ridiculous, you guys. And then underneath that section, you push this up, you've got even more makeup. So again, this is all just random makeup that I don't really reach for all that often. So this is where it has kind of come to die. Some of it's really old and sentimental. This is the foundation I was wearing when I met my husband, so the scent of it still smells like that summer to me, so I've kept that. A lot of the stuff I don't even know that I own half of this stuff, honestly, so that's what lives in my caboodle. Then I've got this LSU bag right back here. This is filled to the absolute brim with a ton of different lip products. Can't even begin to tell you what's in this one either. I mean, it's just a ton of lip products, you guys. There's those. There's these. I mean, it goes on and on and on. This is pretty much all the colors that I don't wear. Like, oh my god, like seriously, I did not even know that I owned this. It's a little ridiculous. It's a little embarrassing. Once again, like I said, before I ever buy anything, before I'm like, oh, I need new whatever, I always like shop my stash first to see if I actually own it. Sometimes that's happened. Then I've got these ColourPop Cosmetics boxes. Yes, I know, it just keeps going. In this box, this is pretty much all just like products that I have used but don't reach for ever. We've got an RCMA powder that I freaking hate, everyone else loves. These boxed highlighters, these are great. I have way too many highlighters. Got a foundation that's the wrong shade for me, a concealer that's the wrong shade for me. This is pretty much like a giveaway box to my friends. Obviously, I've used all these products, so I couldn't actually give them away to strangers, but this is like a friend giveaway box. This is pretty much all 100% samples that I've gotten. There's a ton of perfume samples, a little baby beauty blender. This is all stuff, once again, to give away to friends. Living Proof Dry Texturizing Spray, just all sorts of stuff like that. It goes on and on. But these are all stuff that I've received out of like Sephora Play or Ipsy that I'm just never gonna use, so it's wound up in this box. And in this last box, I honestly don't even know what's in this one. Okay, not so bad. So we've got a ton of just random stuff. We have an empty travel size Makeup Geek palette, a e.l.f. eyeshadow that they sent me for free, a Dixon Witch Hazel cleansing gloss, whatever. It's really too much stuff to even keep up with. I mean, obviously. I have these two Face Candy highlighter palettes. These are exact dupes for the two Anastasia Beverly Hills palettes that I have. I did a whole video reviewing and comparing these two. These are awesome. I actually think these are better quality for a quarter of the price, but since I'm still working my way through those, I haven't pulled these out just yet. Okay, so I think that's everything that is hiding underneath my makeup collection. So let me get back up to the top now. This has kind of been embarrassing. So yeah, here we go. Well guys, that was everything. That's my entire makeup collection. That's how I store everything. Like I said, this was kind of eye-opening for me. I have way too much stuff. For those of you who do not know, just to make myself feel better, I have been on a buy ban since like April. I have not bought any makeup products that I do not need. If I run out of something and I have no more of it, yes, I've allowed myself to repurchase things, but other than that, I haven't bought any eyeshadow, lipstick, obviously, like all the things that I have not completely depleted my supply of, I have not allowed myself to repurchase or buy anything new. Other than that Essence Spice Up Your Life palette, because it was $10. I felt like I needed to review some kind of makeup product and it was cheap, so I bought it, didn't like it, it was a regret. But I have not purchased any makeup that I did not need since April, and I've been continuing to do so. I feel very satisfied with my collection. It's super rare that I see products that are released and I'm like, oh my god, I need that, I have to have that. I have nothing like that. I feel like I've pretty much got it all at this point. So that is why my content has kind of shifted away from makeup a little bit on my channel, and you'll probably still notice that happen in the future as I plan to continue this trend. If you liked this video, give it a thumbs up, let me know. Leave a comment down below if you have any ideas for videos for me. I have a ton of ideas. I'm just pretty much doing whatever I feel like doing on my channel now. It's kind of really liberating, actually. I feel very like Jenna Marbles about it. I'm just like, I'm doing whatever makes me happy and it's great. So let me know how you're liking it. Thank you all for being here. I really do appreciate all of your support. It means the world to me that you're here watching this video. Thank you so much. I hope you're all having an amazing week. If you want to subscribe to my channel, I put out new videos every single Wednesday. I would love to have you back here. I'm gonna go now, but thank you all again so much for watching. I really do appreciate it, and I hope to see you next time. Bye guys.